Look at that body. I work out.
We've got Mike Sedlowski joining us from M3 Safety, talking a little bit about injury prevention for your shoulder. So it's a real common occurrence, like you said, most likely the most common body part that gets hurt, because of all the things it does. But we need a few exercises to make sure we can build that shoulder and strengthen it without causing any damage. So what do we need to do?
Right, yeah, rotator cuff. Everybody's heard what that is. Basically, it's a bunch of little muscles that control a lot of different movements in the shoulder.
Okay.
One big one that a lot of people, even physiotherapists, kind of forget about is that its role is not just to internally rotate or externally rotate, but also to stabilize your arm. And that stabilization is a big key one that if your body doesn't know how to do it, that's kind of when things kind of go south with your shoulder.
Okay, even if I'm not a baseball pitcher, I still need to think about my shoulder.
Absolutely.
My rotator cuff. Okay.
So basically, I'm going to pretend you're my wall.
Okay.
So I'm just going to get you to kind of push against me.
Sure.
So what somebody could do, I mean, just a cheap squishy ball, but you put a good amount of pressure into that ball, and this is basically locking my shoulder. And what you would do with like a friend or something else like that, actually to begin with, you could just start by spelling your name with your shoulder, and just small little movements of basically making that rotator cuff go completely crazy.
Okay.
And it gets stronger.
Make it work, but just make it work small amounts.
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah. So this time my brain is actually telling me what to do. If I had a partner, they would actually be sitting there pushing my arm back and forth, and I would be subconsciously basically trying to stabilize my entire shoulder.
Okay.
The more stable your shoulder gets, basically the stronger it's going to be.
Okay.
So going from that, you can kind of also use a wall. What a lot of people really do need is to really kind of push the limits when it comes to their shoulder. There's a lot of musculature that can get really, really tight. So basically just doing a quick wall slide is something that everybody should really be doing. So you want to really squeeze your shoulder blades together, almost like there's a grapefruit in between, and then you would just slide your arms up the wall as far as you possibly can, and then engage those muscles again to slide down, and then really squeeze and pull down. All those muscles really grab onto that big, that big bat wing that you got in the back, the scapula part there. It really helps that slide up and down.
Okay.
That's what's going to give somebody and gain somebody that extra movement that they may be lacking in.
Because it's not just the muscles in the shoulder, it's
right.
the muscles
There's
connected to the shoulder.
There's so much connected to it. There's so much that your shoulder can do that, yeah, it's really trying to teach the brain how it should be moving kind of deal. If we didn't do that, there's all kinds of other muscles that kind of are the body's plan B. They get too strong, and those are the ones that really wrench on the shoulder and give you your damage. And
Last exercise for us?
Last exercise is just basically opening up the upper back, letting that scapula really slide across your back, almost like I don't know, just something really nice and smooth, like a curling stone on ice sort of deal.
Okay.
So what everybody really can do is just on all fours, putting one hand behind their back, and you always keep your belly button pointed straight down towards the floor, and then rotating out as far as they possibly can.
Right.
And then coming back around. So it's a really good warm-up, especially before baseball or anything else like that involves twisting. Really, really wrenching on that upper back. That basically is going to really open up that shoulder and give it that extra range of motion that it should have. And those plan B muscles really shouldn't be firing at that time.
So that everybody's working together, then you won't get that pain in that shoulder.
Exactly, yeah.
For more information, go to breakfasttelevision.ca. We'll put all the links right there. And here's Healthy Shoulders. We're going to take a break. There's plenty coming up today on BT.
I've got them moves.